My name is Kelly MacDonald. I may have been born with low vision, but did that stop me from living the life I wanted? No way! It barely slowed me down. Today, I'm a broadcaster, actor, sports fan, and all-around great guy. I'm also the host of my very own show, this show. I've made a bucket list of things I want to experience, people I want to meet, and places I want to see. So join me on my travels and take a look at things from my point of view. This is Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald.
Welcome to Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald, the show that deals with blindness so subtly that you can hardly tell that my dressing room here is actually the studio storage room. This week on the show, I finally get an excuse to wear my gold chain, because I'm going to DJ school to learn how to drop some beats. But first up, one of my friends sent me a dare, and unfortunately, I'm contractually obligated to accept. Let's see who it is. Roll tape.
Hi, Kelly. It's your friend Christine Malik. It's not that easy to busk on the mean streets of Toronto, so I dare you to a busking challenge to see who can win over the tough pedestrian crowd.
Christine, if you think I'm afraid to make a fool of myself in public, you haven't seen the first 2 seasons of Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald. Let's get on with it.
Dare me.
My friend Christine has challenged me to a busk-off. Now, a seasoned professional like Christine knows this is no easy feat, but someone like myself who's used to making a fool of himself in front of people, well, I got this.
So the rules are really simple. We're each gonna pick a street corner. We'll each perform for an hour, and at the end, we'll see who's got the most money.
Let's begin. Cha-ching. Have my corner, cane down on the ledge beside me, to prime the people, cup out in front of me with some change in it, grab my drumsticks, on my stool, and away we go.
So I found my corner. I'm gonna unfold my cane, put it down here for a little sympathy vote. Got my stool, unstrap my guitar, and I'm all set.
1, 2, 3. Don't know if you could tell, but that was Enter Sandman by Metallica.
I must be killing it. This woman just handed me paper.
Appreciate it. You're very kind. $20? That's not going in no cup. I'm kicking ass, Christine!
Some bright morning when this life is over, thank you, fly away.
I'm gonna become the mellow fellow with my recorder. Nothing? Nobody?
And then I come to Portsmouth town and there were lasses plenty.
Bringing the country to the city. This isn't working.
Tell her to buy me an acre of land. Thank you. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
It's time to stop the music and start the dancing. Hear this? Sound of money being made.
Maybe I should have taken some tap lessons.
But thank you, being young and foolish. Let a gambler, thank you, lead me astray.
Time's almost up. All right, time for my last trick. Cane. Got my cup. Here I go. Anyone spare some change? Change? Spare some change, anyone? Anybody? Spare some change, please? Anyone? Oh, thank you. Bless you. Time for the moment of truth. How'd you do?
I counted up and I got $32.50.
Oh, well, I got $21.50.
Hey, that's really good for a first time. You should be proud.
Well, 20 of that was a one-time sympathy donation.
What? What?
Yeah, well, I will have to say, even though I lost, I feel like I won because I got to hang out with the talented Christine Mallett.
Oh, that's so nice.
What a voice. I'd be Christine's service dog.
Well, sure, but did you hear Kelly's tap dancing?
Yes, I threw up.
Oh, wow, that's great!
Exactly. Anything that makes me throw up means an extra meal.
I'll listen to Kelly tap dance anytime. I'm always hungry.
And now for joking aside.
Good afternoon, class. I'm your substitute teacher. Name's Mr. Freud. I'm a sexual health instructor, and today, instead of your boring old math class, I'm here today to talk to you guys about sex. Oh. Well, I know this can be an embarrassing topic for some people, and I want you guys to know this is a safe space. You know, this is a school for the blind, so I assume you guys have more questions than most people do. I didn't mean that. No judgment here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, well, why don't I get started with some sample questions? For example, what is intercourse? How do you put a condom on? And does sex hurt? Any questions? Yes, a hand, great, go ahead.
Yeah, which erogenous zone is the most pleasurable to stroke during foreplay?
Oh, well, that is an experience question. And I would say that would depend on your partner.
What, so you don't know?
I didn't say that. Oh, another question, yeah.
When stimulating your partner's clitoris, what's the most potent tongue motion?
When you're spitting your tongue.
Have you ever pleasured a woman before?
That's very personal. I'm not gonna talk about my...
I've got a question.
Yeah, thank God. Yep.
When engaging with multiple partners, what's the most effective technique to make sure you all climax at the same time?
That is not something I think you should know at your age.
So you're judging me?
Sir, let's cut to the chase. You're a virgin, aren't you?
No.
Virgin.
I'm not. But it doesn't matter.
Virgin.
All right, yeah. No, you guys are right. Okay, I am. I'm a virgin. Okay, and you know it's not for lack of trying. So you can go back to your boring old math class. Okay, congrats.
Still ahead, I'm gonna see if I can use my newfound busking skills to help me at DJ school. Welcome back to Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald. As a blind man, I have a special relationship with sound. I crave good, interesting, complex ear candy. So naturally, I'd be drawn to the world of DJing. Now, let's go put the needle on the record. Put the needle on the record.
Let's check something off my bucket list. I'm in Toronto, Canada's music capital, and showing me how to drop the needle is...
Eric Lahr, founder of Off Center DJ School.
Tell me about this cool school.
Well, Off Center started in 2004, and the primary goal initially was just to get people a little bit more in depth into understanding what actually happens behind the turntables.
Today you just have me, so I plan to make a lot of noise. So when do we get started?
Well, we're standing in the perfect spot, so why don't we start with putting the needle on the record?
Cool.
I'm gonna take your hand and I'm gonna just move it slowly over to the needle.
Okay.
Now this is the most delicate part of the turntable in some ways, so we just have to be careful with that. The main thing here when you're actually placing the needle onto the vinyl is that you don't want to put pressure downwards.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it towards your left, and then we're just gonna lower it down nice and easy.
Right onto the edge of the record.
Exactly. And same thing, when you're taking it off, it's you just kind of, reaching
That's
for
probably
it.
the hardest, not being, oops, see, that's being not being able to see it.
There you go. And you get those little sounds is okay, and if you get like a little kind of, sound like that's fine. Even a little bit of that's fine, but once you start hearing it,
that's not good.
Generally want to avoid
That's a
that.
big negative.
Exactly. What we're gonna do is just feel our way around the turntable. At the bottom right-hand corner, right where your hand is, we have the start and the stop button, so you can hit that if you want.
Okay.
So now that it's playing, we can reach over to the left of the start button, and there's that circular knob there, and you can turn it counterclockwise. And that's the off position, so you get this kind of wind down, which is kind of cool.
What's next?
So we've got the needle on the record, and we're gonna find our home position. And what we're gonna reach for is 9 o'clock on the record. So it's right about there, and I want you to take one step to your left, just so you're a little kind of, yeah, it's a little less awkward that way, exactly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put your hand halfway between the sticker and the edge of the record.
Oh, so actually on the vinyl.
On the vinyl, yeah. We're gonna get we're gonna get all over the vinyl.
Okay.
And we're gonna do your first what are called baby scratches.
Okay.
We've got 2 turntables in this setup here. So on the right platter, I'm gonna put the beat. Okay, so we're gonna be listening to this song over here.
Okay.
And then you're gonna be on the left platter.
Right, that I was doing.
To the beats,
All
exactly.
right.
Eric lets me practice the baby scratch until I feel more comfortable.
2, 3, 4.
And then he shows me how to use the mixer between the 2 platters to blend the 2 records together.
You're gonna feel 3 faders.
All right, one that's kind of across the bottom that goes from left to right.
Exactly.
And then 2 that are up and down ones.
Perfect.
He teaches me to control the volume and the pan of each record.
So if I fade down that one on the right-hand side so I can hear the original, and bring it up. Bring it back.
There it is.
And then he shows me how to EQ.
Now you've got 3 levels of control with your EQ. It's called a 3-band equalizer. You've got your low frequencies, your mid frequencies, and your high frequencies.
Playing around with the frequencies completely changes the sound of the track.
I'm a bass man, so we'll leave it by itself.
Good choice.
And then if I decided
to add the midtones.
Perfect. And I like how you brought it in on beat there as well. All right, Kelly, for your final challenge, let's do a mix.
Let's do it. All right, hand on record. Here comes a Kelly MacDonald original.
All right. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna move the turntable 2, hand on record.
Beautiful.
See if we can get this lined up right.
Okay.
Lightly, lightly.
Very lightly. There it is. Nailed it.
That's tricky. EQ time. I love my bass, but take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Different song already.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Uh-huh, it's so different. I took away the mids. I'm gonna bring our bass back. Wiggle it a bit. Take it away, bring it back.
Beautiful.
Start bringing the highs back in.
Nice fade. All right. Love it. That was awesome.
Oh, man. That was so much fun.
Absolute pleasure to have you here, Kelly. This is a first for me. Real special experience.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, humans have such a weird idea of what music is.
I know. Those record scratches sounded exactly like Jasper when he tries to hump that log at the dog park.
Right? Like, hey, do you want to relax and put on some sounds of a dog humping a log?
Oh, I'd love to. Let's just put it to an acid jazz beat and call it a song.
Humans.
Yeah. Anyways, excuse me. I'm gonna go lick my butt for 20 minutes.
Okay, see ya.
This is your Inside Scoop.
Welcome to the Inside Scoop, news as we see it, with your host, Kelly MacDonald.
And I'm Suzanne Shipley. I now know what you feel like when you're racially profiled by the police, Kelly.
What? Why?
I got a ticket today. The police officer said I couldn't text and drive at the same time.
Well, you can't. That's illegal. That has nothing to do with your race.
Yes, it does. The race of beautiful women are always being profiled. We get pulled over and we get the best tables at restaurants.
I don't think beautiful women can actually
Wow,
be...
Kelly. You're gonna tell me about my culture? You're gonna appropriate my culture?
Beautiful women is not a culture.
And this is exactly what the beautiful civil rights movement is talking about. You know, I wish you weren't blind so you could see how pretty I am.
Oh, boy.
Our top story today, a blind woman in Windsor, Ontario was denied help filling out her passport application due to federal regulations. A spokesperson for the passport office said, "We would love to help, but we have a strict policy of not helping anyone with anything ever."
Lyft, the ride-sharing company, is partnering with the National Federation of the Blind to make ride-sharing more accessible. Part of their new policy will be to make sure drivers are more welcoming to guide dogs.
They're gonna let the dogs drive now?
You have a fundamental misunderstanding of the human language.
I agree with you completely. Let's keep those dogs off the road. Microsoft's Project Torino is helping visually impaired children learn how to code. We reached out to Microsoft for a comment, but they were unable to respond due to a network error.
I hate it when I get one of those.
Oh, I hate yellow candies. In 2013 and 2014, Mike Bruno ran marathons blindfolded in honor of his daughter who's been blind since birth. This past year, Mike and his daughter ran their first race together. Unfortunately, the heartwarming tale has a tragic ending, as the 6-year-old came dead last in the race. She sucked at running.
Suzanne? She was 6 years old. Winning wasn't the point.
Either race or get off the road.
A Montana school for the deaf and blind performed in sign language for the Montana House of Representatives. Republican Butch Chapman said it meant so much to meet people who live like I view the world, being deaf and blind to everything around me.
Here with us to talk about that controversial statement is Republican Representative Butch Chapman.
Howdy, ma'am. Kelly?
Ooh, a cowboy.
I prefer to think of myself as a cowman.
Like a minotaur.
Yes.
No, not like that. Let's get to the controversial statement you made. You try to be deaf and blind to everything around you?
You're rootin' tootin' right, I do. My job is to represent the people, and the best way I can do that is by ignoring everything else around me, except what my donors tell me to.
That sounds like you're describing corruption to me.
Yeehaw!
That's not an answer.
Well, I got a question for you. Have you ever lassoed a horse with a sheepskin? Huh? Tell me.
No.
Didn't think so. Maybe you're barking up the wrong saloon then.
I don't understand anything you're saying.
Not my problem.
You're almost worse than Suzanne.
That's racist.
Beautiful women are not a race.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, Butch. I am very sorry for Kelly's bigotry. That's all the time we have today for Inside Scoop.
I need 3 drinks.
Butch, have you noticed how beautiful I am?
Oh, yes, I have. I've got a thing for brunettes.
Oh.
Right here. A match made in heaven.
Welcome back to Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald. Time to climb onto my soapbox.
Who's your favorite blind actor? Oh, you don't have one. What a surprise. What does that say about me? Why does the entertainment industry cast blind parts with sighted actors? Sure, I'll buy it if it's a character that goes blind, but if it's a character that's been blind since birth, let's get someone with the lived experience. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kelly, it's not like we went out and found a real pirate to play Captain Jack Sparrow. It's called acting. And you're right, but we also don't get a white guy to play a black man. Unless you're Hollywood of the 1930s, or 60s, or, believe it or not, the 1980s, or basically any Halloween frat party today. So, is this rant just a poorly disguised ploy to get me cast more? No, nothing to do with that. The real takeaway is this is something I care about. And you should too.
And now for more joking aside.
All right, lifeguards. This is your bi-monthly performance review. Tony, let's start with you. 12 saves. Impressive.
Well, I can't take all the credit. The heavy riptide helped quite a bit.
That's good. Keep up the good work. You get a raise. And Steph, that brings us to you. 4 saves, 3 assists, and you got 14 kids running a poolside. Busy couple of months.
I'm not losing another kid to that damn slippery cement. So much exposed skull.
All right, 2 true. Okay, you get a raise.
Yes!
All right, and finally, we get to Blind Byron.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, 62 deaths.
What? I didn't even know that.
That's not a great couple of months, is it?
No, I told you, I'm blind. I shouldn't even have this job.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You bring a lot of value to the workplace, okay? You bring us the grant money, so.
Okay, then why don't you stick me somewhere like admin? Let me do your accounting, your team management. I'm great at that.
You're also a great swimmer, though.
62 people died. You know, 62 people that aren't going home to their families.
Well, I'm confident we can get that down to 50 next month.
Okay. Let's just say for a second that you do need me as a lifeguard for your budget, which is ridiculous. Why don't you just stick me somewhere like, I don't know, the wading pool maybe?
No, we can't put kids at risk.
So your solution is to stick me at Drowner's Cove.
We all have to make sacrifices, Byron.
This isn't a sacrifice, this is basically murder.
Yeah, I can't save everyone.
I didn't save anyone. I can't see.
Can I just cut in here for a sec?
No, Tony, please.
Now listen, I may just be a guy that's really great at saving hot babes from riptides.
You are.
But here's what I'm thinking. If Byron can't see, Byron can't really save anybody.
Thank you.
Unless we put out a sign that says, when drowning, please yell.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He solved it. Yeah.
Are you guys serious?
Problem solved, that's it. All right, so you're gonna save them when you hear them yelling.
Okay, first off, I'm not a bat. Second of all, if they're drowning, how are they supposed to yell?
Well, they'll have to. We'll put up a sign.
You guys are idiots. I quit.
Well, you get a raise.
What? No, How much?
Another $3 an hour.
2 more months.
It's time now to Ask a Blind Guy.
Mr. MacDonald, it's Fiona, your production assistant. I have your fan tweets here.
Good, let's read them.
Also, I wanted to let you know that I have officially been elected president of the Kelly MacDonald fan club.
How many members are there?
6. Okay, our first tweet is from, at Toadface. How do you know who the people around you are?
Their footsteps, the scent of their cologne or perfume, and of course, their voices.
Incredible answer. More Kelly photos in the Kelly Clubhouse.
You have a clubhouse.
Twice as many used Kelly shirts to keep that Kelly smell going.
Ooh, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
I'm gonna find some more babies and name them Kelly MacDonald.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for this week on Blindsided with Kelly MacDonald. Tune in next week to see if Fiona gets arrested for baby napping.
Scandal.
Hey everyone, meet my work family. Executive producer, Breakthrough Entertainment. Supervising producer, Leanne Brennan. Series producer and writer, Amy Blythe. Producer, Alistair Forbes. Directed by Amy Blythe and Alistair Forbes. Director of photography, Suave Hoopa. Editor, Janet Jeffrey. Integrated Described Video Consultant, Emily Harding. Produced in association with Accessible Media Inc. Produced and distributed by Breakthrough Entertainment.
Done licking your butt yet?
Is any dog ever truly done licking their butt, Sunshine?
An AMI original production.